Good afternoon and welcome to the Blue Line Metals Edge here for Thursday, August 4th. I'm Phillip Streible, Chief Market Strategist at Blue Line Futures. Checking us out on YouTube, please like and subscribe our videos. You'll get notification from YouTube when a new video is posted. Also, you can subscribe to our research here. We'll give you a free 2-week trial on our research. You can check out the Morning Express. We've got a lot of great reports. Grain Express, Livestock Roundup, Breakfast Report. Covers all the softs and everything. I added lumber on there. A lot of people love lumber, so because of the fact it trends so well in different economic environments. So currently lumber, it's on the short side, playing a nice breakdown here. So a couple things here also. If you are checking out some of the videos on YouTube and futures might be a little bit complicated for you, go and check out on the education side. There's a ton of videos within here like how to place a trade, Fibonacci retracements. There's different ones also within here where you can learn about different aspects of futures and commodities. There might be some markets that you never traded before. We've got almost all the courses covered here on like metals, interest rates, equities. We've got it all on here, and you go through some of these they're real quick courses, a couple minutes long, but they'll help you out. So diving into the markets, we had some really good action. A lot of different things here. You got gold up $30. That's a big move. Silver up 24 cents. Platinum up $35. Palladium up 74. Oil's down $2.5, $3. Stock market's been either side of unchanged. Had that big rip-roaring rally yesterday. So, and then there was some big announcement here with Bank of England. So this is that report that I'm going to start sending out to people. I've been shooting out kind of one-offs. See if anyone wants me to add any more slides to it or anything that they think would be helpful on there. So I got the economic releases. We had, jobless claims, international trade balance. Bank of England, they raised 50 basis points. They never raised 50 basis points. I think it was like the first time they did it in 20-something years. So big move there. It didn't have a big impact, though, on the British pound, and that was the big worry. They were trying to get the British pound to go back up, and it actually weakened after that news came out. Dollar's a little bit off as well. All the other foreign currencies are rallying. So gold, something I want to highlight on the chart. It had an attempted breakout, which it got through. Now it's flirting. See this 1810.90? That's your 50-day simple moving average. So we go back to here. You're going to see it's like right there, right on the cusp of it. So we'll see if it can take off. You got MACD turning up. Average true range coming down, which is good because that means volatility is coming down in that market, which makes it a much easier bull market to play. Now, many of you had wrote it down, came back up. Around 1800 was your average price. We took some of those off. We're going to look to buy the next dip. Perhaps we come back down into this like consolidation range here. Now, currently, the trend following system is still short on the market all the way back from over 900 when it started, or 1900 when it started breaking down. So that's why I said a trend reversal point or a key level to watch is 1803.20. Closes above there, it's probably going to continue to run, and we'll want to buy some of those corrections. So what I'll do is I'll flip the trend following system into a reactionary system so it can buy the dip, and then it'll look to add on a breakout, and then it'll also trail that stop up. So we'll probably get some key levels on that coming into tomorrow. The crowding analysis, again, there's 10,000 shorts. That'll probably change on this run up. Those shorts really covered. I wrote on Kitco a few weeks ago that every bull market begins with a short covering rally. So I think that's what's going on right now. Silver, I had to adjust the chart on this. You got this potential bull flag, and you might get this breakout to the upside. Same 50-day moving average come down. What you'd like to see is an extension on this DI plus over DI minus. You want that widening out, and then you want the ADX to turn up. When you get a rising ADX, especially over 25, you have widening DI plus over minus. You get this MACD rolling back up. Real good signal. You take out some of these, key moving averages, and you could really build on this breakout. So, silver, again, looks really good. On that one, if you're going to add any positions, don't do September. Go to December. That symbol is Z on there. The market's most interesting right now, platinum. So you look at platinum, broke out over that 50-day moving average, and the trend following system is going to trigger a long on platinum. So if you come down here, skip copper, go to October platinum. If it was me, depending on the time frame, you might want to look at January on platinum. You might also want to buy a dip. I put if it corrects. It's a little crooked there, but this horizontal line. We come back down to like 875, test that. That'd probably be a decent spot to look at along. Platinum gets a little thin, so it tends to run 20, 30 bucks at a time. If it breaks down or breaks out to the upside, don't chase platinum, is my opinion, because you can see it kind of gets a little whipsaw-y. Although this was a solid downward trend here, you could see that beyond these few days right here, I mean, there was some spikes and some volatility, and you could easily be stopped out. So you're going to want a bit more of a cushion. Remember, it's 50-ounce contracts, so every dollar move is going to be 50 bucks. Going back into platinum, how that 50-day moving average right there, if you look at platinum and you change this chart here, see if we could change this to, might have to bring this up a touch. There we go. Change this to a 5-minute chart. You'll be able to see right here, this little battleground that went on for about 30 minutes. That was up against that 50-day moving average. So it had to break out over it. And once it did, you started to see like that extension back up. So, actually, no, it was right here. That was the 50-day moving average. I'm sorry. We're right here. Battleground went on from basically the open, 7:20 open, until about 8 a.m. And it looked like the Bears were coming in and beating it up, and then they lost the battle once the breakout. I think one of the stories that got platinum going was this Ford had, what that advertisement is. Ford reports big jump in July sales, including trucks and EV vehicles. I guess they blew the doors off on that particular announcement. So you see the EV vehicles and you see vehicle sales pick up quite a bit. You're going to see platinum, palladium. They're going to move up with it. So a couple other things here. Going back to our report, copper here. We've got this kind of sideways pattern going right here, and it looked like the bears are trying to struggle, but what's really going to happen is I think that on copper we're going to see some sideways action and see where we break out to the upside. Copper should be a lot higher than where it is right now. It should probably be hugging this 50-day moving average at 381 on all that equity strength. That's why it makes me a little bit suspect, and something I don't like is that copper and silver have such a high correlation, so they've got to disconnect from each other in order to really get a good bull market going. In the silver market. We did update the quad model here, so this is your growth inflation policy. It is it's a model here that we run as far as where the economy is going, and it looks like we're peaking right up into this low growth, low inflation. When it says low inflation, it just means that inflation is coming down. It doesn't mean that it's actual low inflation. Inflation is decelerating, which states right here. Growth is accelerating a bit. So we're in this kind of perfect storm. That's why a lot of strange risk assets are starting to lift up. A lot of those garbage stocks are starting to take back off again. You see like things like Coinbase up 20-something%. That's MicroStrategy, things like that, all taking back off, despite Bitcoin not really rallying. It's a bit of a red flag, but you can see in the fourth quarter we should dip back down into a deflationary environment. So if you do have equity shorts on, I think you'll be all right on it. You might just have to roll them out. Other things that stand out, big news tomorrow, you're going to see that unemployment rate in the non-farm payroll number. You got expectations 250,000. Last month was 372. The way that the data has been coming out just recently, especially since Jerome Powell at that last meeting said that they're going to monitor the economic situation. They're going to take it month by month or meeting by meeting and decide how aggressive they're going to be. If you see that number come out softer tomorrow, you'll probably see equities rally on that news because of the fact that they think that the Fed won't be as hawkish. If you see that thing knock the cover off the ball, they're going to come out extra hawkish. That's how you get your correction to buy your gold and your silver and things like that, because you'll see yields go back up. You'll see the dollar reflate, strengthen back up. Initial reaction will be equities will come off, and then the way that they've been doing it on any kind of significant good news, they've been beating the equities down, and then the equities rally back as the session goes on. So there's some insights that I'm looking at here in the markets and everything. But if you have any questions, give me a call, 312-858-7303. Remember, futures and option trading does involve risk loss. May not be suitable to all investors. Good luck, good trading.